In the vast and varied landscapes of our oceans, a tiny creature hides. It is small, often no longer than your finger. It moves with a strange, almost alien grace across the seafloor. This creature is the mantis shrimp. At first glance, it might seem unremarkable, just another colorful crustacean, in a world teeming with life. But, do not be fooled by its size. This animal holds a secret. It possesses a weapon of truly astonishing power. It can deliver the fastest and most powerful punch in the animal kingdom. A punch so fast, it defies belief. Imagine a strike that accelerates faster than a bullet fired from a rifle. A movement so quick that the water around it literally boils. This is not science fiction. This is real. Its two front claws, called raptorial appendages, are not just for show. They are sophisticated, biological hammers. When the mantis shrimp strikes, it can shatter the shell of a crab. It can crack the shell of a snail. It can even crack the thick glass of an aquarium. This tiny titan generates a force over 1,000 times its own body weight with every single punch. We captured this with high-speed cameras. Slowed down thousands of times, the footage reveals biomechanical perfection. The shrimp's arm snaps forward in less than 0.003 of a second. That is 50 times faster than the blink of an eye. The strike speed creates cavitation. It forms a bubble of vapor in the water. As the bubble collapses, it releases a secondary shockwave. It releases a burst of heat. It even produces a flash of light. The shrimp effectively gets 2 strikes for the price of 1. What you are about to see is a journey into extreme biology. We will explore the hidden mechanisms that enable this power. We will look at the physics behind the attack. We will delve into the unique biomechanics of the mantis shrimp. And we will uncover the adaptations that make it a formidable shallow sea predator. Prepare to be amazed by the raw power and ingenious design of this tiny, yet mighty, creature. It is a masterclass in evolution, a true marvel of the natural world. This documentary will peel back the layers of this biological wonder. We are not just here to admire the mantis shrimp's power. We are here to understand it. How does an animal so small generate such incredible force? The answers lie in a fascinating blend of physics, biomechanics, material science. We will break down the science clearly and simply. We'll use simple mathematics and clear visuals to explain concepts like acceleration, force, energy. We'll show the numbers behind the punch. Our investigation is supported by a wealth of scientific evidence. We'll draw upon groundbreaking research, archival materials, and the scientists who dedicated their lives to this work. You'll see stunning slow-motion footage of every millisecond of the strike. We'll also use detailed animations, graphics, to take you inside the mantis shrimp's body. Those visuals reveal the intricate spring and latch mechanism powering the punch. Engineers are now studying that system for inspiration to build better robots, stronger materials. The story isn't just the punch. It's also about remarkable senses, clever behaviors. We'll investigate the mantis shrimp's incredible eyes. They see a spectrum far beyond ours, including polarized light. That gives them a unique view of the world, helping them spot prey, predators, with stunning clarity. Join us on this scientific adventure. We'll journey from vibrant coral reefs to cutting-edge research labs. We'll witness the raw power of nature and unravel the elegant science behind it. We'll calculate the force, examine the structure, marvel at the adaptations. This is the story of the mantis shrimp, a tiny creature that hits harder than a bullet. We'll show exactly how it does it, with clear science and math. Prepare to have your understanding of the natural world shattered. To truly grasp the power of the mantis shrimp, we must first speak the language of physics. It is the universal language that describes how everything moves, from the slowest snail to the fastest star. Let us begin with the basics. We often use the word speed to describe how fast something is moving. The formula is simple: speed, sheer distance, time. In science, we often talk about velocity, which is speed in a specific direction. For the mantis shrimp, that direction is straight toward its unsuspecting prey. Now, a more exciting concept: acceleration. Acceleration is the rate at which velocity changes. Press the accelerator in a car, you feel a push back into your seat. That feeling is acceleration. The mantis shrimp's strike is all about acceleration, but on a scale almost impossible to imagine. Formula: acceleration, change in velocity, time. Let us consider the numbers. The mantis shrimp's club, or dactyl, travels a very short distance, only about 5 millimeters. It covers that distance in less than 3/1000ths of a second. That gives a peak velocity of around 23 meters per second. That is over 80 kilometers per hour. A sports car might go 0-100 km/h in a few seconds. The mantis shrimp hits similar velocity in over 500 times less time and over a distance smaller than your fingernail. This extreme acceleration is the first key ingredient in the shrimp's devastating punch. Now that we understand acceleration, we can talk about force. Sir Isaac Newton gave us a simple equation to describe this relationship. Force equals mass times acceleration. F equals ma. This tells us to create large force, you can have a very large mass, or a very large acceleration. A slow-moving freight train, huge force from enormous mass. The mantis shrimp takes the opposite approach. It achieves colossal force by producing staggering acceleration with a very small, lightweight club. The club mass is tiny, less than a gram. Its acceleration is astronomical. Studies, Professor Sheila Patek Duke, measured it as high as 104,000 meters per second squared. That's over 10,000 times Earth's gravity, far greater than a bullet leaving a gun. Plug those numbers into Newton's equation and you get about 1,500 newtons peak force. That's like over 1,000 times the shrimp's body weight focused on the tiny club tip. Another concept: momentum. Momentum equals mass times velocity. Lots of momentum is hard to stop. Think bowling ball hitting pins. The mantis club, tiny mass, builds big momentum from huge velocity. When that momentum stops instantly on a snail shell, the rapid change in momentum creates a massive impact force, transferring motion into destructive power. This is the essence of the punch, a masterful manipulation of mass and acceleration. The shrimp can't change mass, so evolution maximized acceleration. To break shells, you need big force. The mantis shrimp gets that through extreme acceleration. Force tells us about the push of the punch, but to understand its destructive capability, we need to talk about energy. Specifically, kinetic energy. Kinetic energy is the energy an object possesses due to its motion. The formula is 1/2 of the mass multiplied by the velocity squared. Notice that velocity is squared in this equation. Even a small increase in velocity leads to a much larger increase in kinetic energy. This detail is crucial for the mantis shrimp's strike. When the club hits, that energy transfers into the snail's shell. It causes the shell to deform, it causes the shell to crack, and it can ultimately shatter the shell. The energy is comparable to a .22 caliber bullet. Imagine that energy delivered by an animal you can hold in your hand. But the story doesn't end there. The strike is so fast it creates a secondary source of energy: cavitation. The club smashes through water. The water can't get out of the way fast enough. Pressure drops so low the water briefly boils. A small vapor bubble forms. That bubble is the first part of a 1-2 punch. The physical strike hits first. A fraction of a second later, the bubble collapses. The collapse is an implosion of incredible violence. The collapsing bubble generates a second shockwave. It produces intense heat. It can produce a flash of light. That secondary blast can equal or exceed the initial strike. 2 devastating blows for the energy cost of 1. If the first strike cracks the shell, the second can blast it apart. An efficient, brutal hunting strategy powered by extreme high-speed physics. To understand how the mantis shrimp achieves its incredible feats of physics, we must look inside. We need to dissect the weapon itself and examine its components. The striking appendage, known technically as a raptorial appendage, is a marvel of biological engineering. It is not a simple limb, but a complex mechanism. These segments work together like the components of a medieval catapult, or like a crossbow, storing and then suddenly releasing energy. The powerhouse of the system is located within the large meris segment. This is where we find the massive muscles that power the strike. However, these muscles do not power the strike directly. Instead, the muscles work slowly. They spend up to half a second contracting and loading energy into a specialized elastic structure. That slow loading decouples muscle speed from the explosive final motion. It lets the shrimp accumulate a huge amount of potential energy over time. As the muscles compress the saddle spring, a tiny, specialized piece of the exoskeleton on the underside of the appendage clicks into place, locking the joint. This latch holds the entire system under tension, preventing the stored elastic energy from being released prematurely. It is the trigger on the crossbow. The release of the latch is what initiates the strike. A small, secondary muscle contracts, causing the two sclerites to slip past one another. The moment the latch is released, the stored elastic energy in the saddle spring is freed. The appendage unfurls and pivots with breathtaking velocity. The final piece is the club itself, the dactyl. Its material is extraordinarily complex, a sophisticated, multi-layered structure both hard and tough. The outermost layer is the impact region. Beneath it is the periodic region. The innermost striated region contains long aligned chitin fibers. This combination of flexible joints, muscular damping, and specialized material architecture works in concert to protect the mantis shrimp from the violent consequences of its own strike. It has also evolved the sophisticated suspension and recoil dampening system needed to fire it safely again and again. The mantis shrimp's incredible punch is its most famous feature, but it is supported by an equally remarkable sensory system. Its eyes are, without exaggeration, among the most complex and sophisticated in the entire animal kingdom. They are mounted on mobile stalks, allowing the shrimp to move each eye independently. It can look forwards and backwards at the same time, keeping one eye on a potential meal, while the other watches for predators. But the true marvel of these eyes lies within their internal structure. Each eye is divided into 3 distinct sections. This unique arrangement gives the mantis shrimp something extraordinary: trinocular vision in each eye. It has 3 separate regions in a single eye that can all focus on the same point, providing it with exceptional depth perception. This is crucial for a hunter that needs to judge distances with pinpoint accuracy before unleashing its lightning-fast strike. While humans have 3 types of color-receptive cone cells, some species of mantis shrimp have up to 16 different types of photoreceptors. This suggests they can perceive a world of color that is completely unimaginable to us. Even more fascinating, the mantis shrimp can see polarized light. Many marine animals reflect or manipulate polarized light, making them stand out. Prey camouflage to us might shine like a beacon to a mantis shrimp. They may use these to send secret signals invisible to predators or prey. A private visual language written in light physics. The eyes are the guidance system for the weapon. Without these incredible eyes, the powerful punch would be useless, a cannon fired blindly into the dark. The extraordinary biomechanics and material science of the mantis shrimp are a source of profound inspiration for scientists and engineers. A mantis shrimp-inspired robot could use a small motor to slowly store energy in a spring and then release it to power a fast, powerful action. This approach could lead to a new generation of micro-robots, all while using very little energy. The material composition of the Dactyl Club is also providing a blueprint for advanced composites. Such materials could have countless applications: body armor for soldiers, helmets for athletes. They could also be used to build more resilient components for aircraft, spacecraft. The evolution of the mantis shrimp's devastating punch was driven by a classic evolutionary arms race. Predators develop more effective ways to capture prey. Prey, in turn, develop better defenses. In regions with abundant smashers, we find snails with thick, reinforced shells. Prey evolved in direct response to the local predator. The arms race is far from over. It continues to this day on coral reefs around the globe. The mantis shrimp is a lesson in how simple physical laws shape life. When we assemble the physics, biomechanics, and materials, the picture is complete. The mantis shrimp is both an athlete and an engineer made by evolution. If you enjoyed this deep look at the mantis shrimp, please show your support. Like this video if the physics and biology amazed you. Subscribe to the channel for more films that blend clear math, crisp visuals, and natural wonder. Share the documentary with friends, students, and anyone curious about how the world works. Your support helps us make more rigorous visual science stories. Thank you for joining this voyage into the physics and life of a tiny titan. Please like and subscribe.